Well, it's that time again. Outer Points Productions is about to go live with another Knockout Challenge match. Join me, Little Cheddar, and my guest live at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, as we will be delivering some of the best mediocre commentary in the business. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the match, and don't forget to jump in the chat and say hello. Please take the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, and share it with all your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you right after this word from our fabulous sponsors.
Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet in the Port of Sheboygan is Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader, running the most trips and catching the most fish. Enjoy great fishing for trout and salmon aboard one of our 6 fully equipped modern charter boats with experience and professional crews. See why Dumper Dan's is the most popular name in the industry. We offer fishing and lodging packages featuring the best in riverfront condos and hotel accommodations. Half or 3/4 day trips available, so call to make your reservations today or log on to dumperdan.com. Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet, Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the KO Challenge Studios located inside of the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. This is Dale Little Cheddar Lorenz, and that gentleman right over there, very first timer, he's Outer Points Productions virgin commentator. Please put your hands together for Mr. Justin Ellingson.
Howdy.
Hey, let me get that. Crowd's cheering. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, give it up for Justin. You see him in the chat all the time. He's, I think you're number 3 crown right now.
Yep, probably
2 or 3 or somewhere around there. So it's a pleasure having him in the booth. We'll see how he does. He may never want to do this again. You know, you never know. Sitting here with me gets to be a very long afternoon.
As long as you don't hold my hand, we should be okay.
We're safe. We're safe from that.
Okay.
So if you can't hear him, just yell at him in the chat and tell him to speak up a little bit because it is his first time. So, and I have a big mouth, so everybody already knows that, or loud, or whatever you want to call it. So we are down to, out of 64 players, we are down to the final 16. One match is already complete. It was not streamed, and that was between Jim Engelhart and Tommy Jeffers because Jim had to go to Vegas last Saturday. So anyway, this is match number 2 of 8. And this is a money round. So this is a big deal. We've got Tim Sonnenberg and Jason Scofield going to be battling in this new format and hoping. You know, let's not even talk about it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But we all want a shootout, right, Justin?
Of course.
Of course we do. Yeah. Justin does not want a shootout, and neither does Jason, but that's too bad. It's not up to them. Anywho, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Sit back, relax, enjoy on this Monday evening, and let's get the party started. I'm going to leave you with Justin. Don't touch anything.
I won't.
Okay.
You have my word.
All right, let's get the players to leg. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, it looks like Jason won the leg.
Alrighty, let's get this party started. Lights are down. Feeling romantic, Justin? Don't say it.
Only thing that's missing is a dinner. Chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner. Were you expecting a chicken dinner when you get here tonight?
Well, yeah. I thought that was in the contract.
You get no contract.
Damn.
Good evening, Fred Renner. As always, thank you for tuning in and the likes and the shares. And oh, look at there, Justin Ellingson. Is that your brother?
Jono? No, just another guy that I shoot pool with down at Tommy's Roadhouse.
That's weird. With the same name and everything. All right, as always. Oops. Almost miscued on the break. There's some nerves out there, I promise you. If you look at the scoreboard, and the 2 8-balls on the outside of the scoreboard, and right above it is the race. We're playing a race to 4 8-ball. And immediately following that is going to be a race to 5 9-ball. It is winner break. 3-foul rule is in effect for rotation. No 9-ball breaks whatsoever. If one of the players wins the first 2 sets, this match is over with. If we end up going or splitting the first 2 sets, then we're going to another set of rotation. We're going to be playing a race to 4 10-ball. And I'm going to stop right there.
Can you be better now, Fred?
Yeah, don't be shy. Well, Tim just put himself in a pickle already. What's going on, Kyle Vertel? What's happening in Wapaco? Wapaco? What the hell? What kind of city is that?
Yeah, I don't
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't think that exists. Jono saying, let's go, Justin. Who's that?
Oh, Jono.
Jono?
Yep, that's who I shoot pool with down at Tommy's Roadhouse.
Gotcha. Bill Sorensen, who was here last night playing with Sage Sopa in the Scotch doubles, and had mentioned that Jason Scofield is kind of his protege.
Nice hit.
We'll see if that pans out for Jason at all. All right, we'll crank up Justin's microphone a little bit. What's going on, Pete Beshta? Good afternoon. I'll tell you what, if it was up to me, I think I would go out there and re-rack.
Is that allowed?
No.
Because I second that. This is an ugly rack.
This is going to take a while.
I have a feeling there's going to be a few safeties played or attempted.
So, out of the... You know what? I'll see if I can find it. Show you the picture of, or the list of players for this tournament. As I mentioned earlier, we started with 64. And this has been a fun ride. I think we started about 2 months ago. All right, Jason electing to play safe, and I'm guessing Tim's probably going to attempt the same thing unless he can see this one in the side. If he can, I would actually take it. Something's got to give it at some point.
I don't know if that goes by the 4.
It may not. Yeah, he's playing safe. There we go. Jason breaking things up a little bit. So while Tim's trying to figure out what he's going to do here, this is what I was talking about. And I'll put this back up there in just a little bit. Let's go back over to the table real quick. Decided to play safe. Or called safe, anyway. He's going to put his ball right back in there. As I mentioned, down to the final 16. So this is a $575 match for these guys with an opportunity at $8,000 for first place. So one more match after this. They're also then in the player auction, which is guaranteed another $1,000. So this is big money on the line tonight. They've all battled through 2 rounds. Also, after this round, the players don't realize that because I haven't talked about it in the group chat at all. But we're going to be doing the player profiles, which we haven't done in quite some time. Those are always a good time getting to know the player a little bit better. I think it's one of Pete Beshta's and Fred Renner's favorite thing, too. What's going on, Paul Hemminghaus? What? Didn't I just see you somewhere here in the varsity club? I don't see him anymore. What are you doing, Paul? Bill cutting himself down after last night's match, saying he did not play very good position with his partner Sage. Yeah, that was a tough match. Not much to commentate on this game, Justin. There's very little going on.
Just trying to think of what I would take.
Yeah, they're just batting balls around for now.
Almost try to hit the right side of the 9, put the cue ball right beyond the 15 for another save at this point.
Yeah, one of the guys needs a good lock-up safe where they get ball in hand. I think that's going to change the dynamic of this game. And this might be it.
Yeah, because now if he kicks at that 2, well, he just opened up that, and that's Jason's out.
Yeah, I think he might. Yeah, he can see the 4. Wow. I don't know if he got him completely lodged up against the outer point there. I don't think so.
No, he does not.
Looks like he can see the 9 ball.
Yep.
All right, got one of them out of there. But now I think he has to play a 10-11 combo. Yeah, that's what he called. This could get funky. If that 10 doesn't sit in front of the pocket and he doesn't clear himself of this 3 ball, he might have himself hooked on the 3. Yeah, didn't make it anyway. He had himself hooked on everything. Yikes.
I guess I would have tried the other way and cut the 14 and kick that 2 out of there.
That was a possibility as well.
To get on the back on that 8. Oh no.
Yeah, that was a decent opportunity for Tim. Plus, he would have had a shot on the 4 ball.
You know, what was that famous saying? He hit that terrible?
Yeah, Taylor Collar.
Yeah. I gotta be a little nice to Tim. I mean, I'm shooting with the 900 and under in Scotch with him next month, so I gotta be careful what I say.
Where's that at? Vibes?
No, Tommy's Roadhouse. In
Oh,
Rio Grande.
okay. No, I don't think you have to be that nice.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
All right. I got permission.
It's my stream. You can do whatever you want.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Threw that right off the table.
I don't know if that's going to cost him a game, though. Except the correct. Yeah, Jono, he's got a couple of Busch Light over there already, so he's working on it.
Try to play it safe off the 4 and try and get ball in hand one more time for the 2 ball. Or take the 2 now. No, never mind. Don't go past the 14.
See, I would have not done that at all.
No.
Even though that's one of the balls that obviously need to get out of there. He needed to address that 2 ball first. So I would have actually played the 6 in the side and come around and knock that 2 out of the way.
Okay.
Because now, well, he did call safe instead of pocketing the 4 ball. It's a good choice. I think Jason can see maybe a sliver of this 14 ball.
Even if he can't, I think he can still get between the 1 and 8 and still kick at the 14
Mhm.
at least.
Ooh, that's a good shot. He opened up both of his balls, and I mean, Tim can see the one. I don't think it goes past the 4 in the upper left-hand corner, but it does go in the side. And everybody knows that upper left-hand corner is a very tight pocket. Thanks a lot, Vincent. Oh, what a horrible roll. That was a nice cut in the side. All right. Ball in hand with 3 balls to get off the table for the opening rack. It's been a long rack.
Yeah, well,
20 minutes.
Anticipated that after seeing the break.
Yeah, was not good.
But you know what they say, the ugly ones need loving too.
That's true. I think Jason's trying to figure out where he is going to put this 8 ball.
I would put it 14 corner, 15 corner, 8 in the side.
That 8 in the side is not as easy as it looks, though. I think I would, from this position, I think I would play the short side of the 8 and play the 8 right down by the 4 and the 6. A nice soft pace. It's a bigger pocket on that angle, but if he feels more comfortable, then
Well, he got the 50-yard line.
Looks like he's going to be banking it the other side. Yeah, you could tell he's trying to figure out that pattern. Yep, called the bank.
Went a little long with it.
Oh, look at this, though. Look at that.
What a leave.
Yeah, Mike Masevich, I would have done the same thing.
That's not their worst miss. Unless, does it go past the 4?
No.
No, okay.
No, but it does go past the 2. That's where you just called it.
And if anything, you can use that 2, edge of that 2 if you really wanted to.
Yep. And if he hits at the right speed and misses, he may end up blocking that pocket, too.
Just like that.
I called it.
Yep.
Sweet. That is game number 1 in the books. Jason Scofield striking first. All right, if you are interested, if I can find it first. Let me show you what the bracket looks like. So there you have it. This is match number 1, obviously right at the very top, Tim Sonnenberg and Jason Scofield. Then I think it's tomorrow night. Yes, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, we've got Todd Yari and Gretchen Freilich. That is going to be a fun match. I'm actually, even though Todd was here last night, I've known Todd for a long time. I'm going to root for Gretchen just for the hell of it.
Oh, yeah.
Just because.
I'm excited for match number 4.
There are, out of the 7 ladies that have entered into this tournament, there are 3 remaining, and that's going to be, it's very exciting. I would love to see them make it to at least the final 4. At least one of them. That would be really cool. So, Lori Van Cooey is one of them, playing on Nick Sumnicht. Jordan Olson, Dan Vogel on Thursday, I think. There's actually 2, yeah. That's the first match on Thursday, and then the second match is the one at the very bottom, Marshall Williams and Tom Lemire. So that's rounds out the rest of the bracket. There's the other lady that is still in there. Priya Nataraj is playing on the 27th against Alex Wolkish.
You know, now Thursday I'm gonna have to go hide from my boss to watch that match at 3:00.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah, you do what you got to do, man.
I'm gonna give him your number if I get caught.
Doesn't bother me. I'll tell him.
Okay, fair enough.
Not the best break. Again, we got some clusters. Tim going on the offensive.
I didn't say if he gets the right angle in that 9 ball, you might be able to break that 11-10 up.
Mm-hmm.
But this has got to be the shot to do it on.
Yeah, I would shoot the 15 right now instead of that 14. I'd leave that 14 there. He's trying to get too perfect of shape off of...
Oh.
Yep, that is in the right spot.
Yes, it is.
Right there is exactly where it was. Yep.
All right, now.
What's going on, Mad Jack? Yes, Mike Masevich. I honestly believe that I don't think either one of these guys have ever played on this stream table number one, and I don't know if either one of them have played on a stream table, period. So there's a lot of nerves going on. There's no doubt about it. You know, the beginning of the match, and that's what's exciting about the KO challenge is, they can go back and watch this match later on, and you know, but this is just good experience to make their game a little bit better. Get past the nerves the next time, because it's nerve-wracking. Bill Sorensen, yeah, doesn't play much better shape than you. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna leave that one alone.
All right, fair enough.
But I'm not gonna argue with you either, Bill. Just so you know. What's going on, Paul Ojewski? Good to see you. By the way, congratulations, Paul, on your finish in the Sheboygan League. I seen your post earlier today, and
Did you call that 10?
I don't think so. No.
Oh.
Yeah, that looked like a nice big win. Randy Parlick, why would you not want to get in this KO challenge?
I don't know. If he could cut that 4 in the side, I'd almost rather take that right now. Because otherwise, there's no good home for it. Even better.
Yeah, I think this, I know it goes past the 1 ball, so that is the shot. Yep. I don't think he's going to shoot it in the side anyway. He's not going to shoot it in the side anyway.
All right, Dale going out to watch a shot.
We'll see if he wants to score these. Kind of what I figured anyway.
How did that stay up?
All right. Opportunity for Tim to win his first game. And really not much trouble. Play the 9 inside, float forward for the 15. Oh, boy. Playing the 15 first. I don't like it.
No. Chance to get hooked on the 2.
There was more body movement in that shot than the Blue Man Group in Vegas. Holy hell. Well, Tim deciding that he doesn't want to win his first game yet, apparently. I'm not sure why. But, I mean, you know, to each their own.
But
it's like watching Mike Misevich, you know. He'll just sit back in the weeds. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, look at this leave.
Ouch.
I wonder if it's because Jason plays with the wrong hand. I wonder if that's why he's not playing very well. Bill, does he normally play with his left hand? I think that's why he's missing.
But I noticed that last time I watched him play at the Mad Apple, he started off real slow and then he
got in a groove.
Got his crap together.
Sure. That was probably a foul of some sorts. But that's not for me to call. I don't know if they were frozen or not, but man, he drilled right. I mean,
according to this, they look pretty frozen. They look married.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Jason didn't go over there anyway, so
right.
No biggie. Yep, indeed, Derek.
Ooh.
Making both in one. Beautiful. All right, now Jason has got to get the good angle to get on the short side of this 8 ball. If he can get right into the 11, that would be ideal. So I think if he just floats forward a little bit, if he goes to the rail, he's in trouble. But I think he can hold it well enough where he can just get the perfect angle on this 6. As long as he doesn't get bumped in the back there. All right. Could have used just a little bit more. Oh, that's even worse yet. So, Bill, he shoots with a right-handed cue? Unbelievable. That's a shame.
I didn't know they make those. I just
Sure.
learned something new
Oh,
today.
yeah.
I have to double check to make sure mine's not left-handed. Maybe that's why I miss.
Yeah, actually, I was going to come out of the booth last night and let Bill know, too. He needed to charge the batteries on his
Do some
his
tweaking.
cue because it looked like it was running out of juice. Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, that was a nice touch.
Hit well. All right, for a 2-0 lead. If he hits this 2 full, he will scratch in the corner. It'll go right past the 9 ball. Oi.
Couldn't have left it in a worse spot, though. Because now Tim can play a fairly easy safe. If he so chooses.
Randy Parlick, yeah. Seen it coming. Oh, he's going to try and block him on this 8 ball.
I mean, that's not a worse shot neither. But now, like,
I don't think that hit a rail.
yeah, it did.
Yep, it came off the rail.
Well, anyways, it's too late now. He shot.
Well, we can't see anything anyway.
Right. That was a nice shot. See, you should have played the safe the first shot and not put the 9 right there, because now what's he going to do with it?
Yeah, I really honestly did not understand that shot by Tim. Yes, you're blocking your opponent from shooting at the 8 ball, but yeah, like you said, now he's got nothing to shoot at on the 9 ball. So this is one of those games that's going to end up taking forever.
Nice.
Good hit.
Yep. If I had Tim, I'd leave that 11 on the table and just hit it up table.
What I would do if I was Jason is pocket Tim's 11. I would shoot this 11 ball in right now.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, that's very nicely done. That's very nicely done. He hit that at the perfect speed to break that 8 ball away, or break the 9 ball away from the 8, and still end up being hooked.
Well,
So it forces Tim to shoot at this 11 ball.
let's see what kind of stroke Tim has here. He's going to need a good one to bring it back down. Oh, you elected safe.
4 rails right there.
Which is, I was going to say, that's fairly easy.
He just
Bank.
called the bank by the fairly easy where down by the 11.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
No?
Nope.
That's
Won't
what he
even get
called it.
close. This is such a difficult shot because of the. Yeah, never mind. Hit it good. You have to put so much inside English on that shot to hold it straight, and it's not easy on this table because it normally banks very short. You know.
Okay. I guess if anybody knows, you know.
Played a lot of games on here. And it's very difficult for Jason to have played that with any less pace to, ensure blocking the pocket for Tim's 11 ball because he had to shorten it up so much.
That was a good shot.
All right, for Tim's first game.
Uh-oh.
1-1. That's not going to make it.
I've seen crazier things on a pool table. So it could have.
Jeff Seidel, how are you doing this evening? All right, rack number 3. Let's talk about John Kramer for just a little bit. Creator of the Wisconsin Billiards Hall of Fame, which is a nonprofit organization that recognizes and honors the individuals who have made a profound impact in billiards through exemplary talents, dedication, and their contributions to the sport in our state. They work hard to preserve the history of these individuals and act as a foundation of support. You know what? Tim just kind of stepped away from the table. So, if I can find it quick. Of course I can't. We talk about it all the time. If you're not a supporter of what John Kramer does, there it is. You should be. It is very inexpensive, and the perks and everything that go along with it are phenomenal. The banquet that he does every single year, or the team, we've got Greg Andler, Kelly O'Hearn, Jan Maglio, Priya Nataraj is part of the team as well. I think it's at the Karam Room this year. I'm not 100% of that. I'll get with John to figure that out a little bit later on. But it's one of the best. I look forward to it every year. It's such a good time. And if you're at all interested in the history of pool in Sheboygan, the nominees or those that are nominated to get inducted into the Hall of Fame, it's a very emotional day for them. And it's something to be very proud of. So anyway, if you get an opportunity, for $40, you get a 5-year membership. I don't know if there's anything that you can get a 5-year membership for. So inexpensive. So get on over there and do that. Visit, I think you just type in Wibhoff in your Google search. It'll come up. Do it now. Where'd Tim go? Does he have a small bladder or what's going on?
I have no idea.
All right.
But according to Derek, he likes to step away. Oh, he had to grab some water, some aqua.
He did grab a bottle of water, but it's funny. I never imagined some of the guys or some of the players that I've met through the KO Challenger because of what I'm doing at the varsity club. I've never met Tim before. I've never met Jason Scofield before. And it's funny because I get a little bit of insight into some of the players from, I don't know, random people that'll send me a message. And there's a couple of individuals that are in the final 16 that I'm going to have to keep my eye on. That intentionally stall or intentionally play slow to get in their opponent's head. And that will not happen on my stream. All right, a scratch in rack number 3.
I almost like Stripes here. If he can get on that 10, which I don't know, might be room between that 2 and 8.
I think I would play the 15 past the 7 right now with an angle to run right into the 8 ball.
And then kick it out.
And then kick that 10 out of there. I like Stripes as well.
Because the 11 does go by that 5.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a horse apiece. Because he can get on the 2 easily. And if he saves the 4 for last, it's a perfect shot or perfect target ball for the 8. I would try to get rid of this 6-5 combo as soon as possible. Just to ensure, because you don't know where the 6 is going to end up after the combo.
Right.
So that is what I would be trying to get on next. I think I would actually shoot it now. I think he's in trouble.
Yeah.
I think he just left himself with no shot at all.
Now he has to hit that 4. Unless he tries to go rail first off for the 3 just to get a hit.
Thanks for letting me know that, Derek. And I will keep an eye on it. There is no question about it.
That's not going to help his cause.
No. I'll tell you right now, kind of judging the way that the first 2 games have gone so far, and I don't know if it's jitters with Tim. I've never seen him play before. I have no idea, but had it not been for the miss on the 8 by Jason Scofield, this game should be 2-0 and very much in favor of Jason right now. He seems to be maintaining his composure a little bit better, or seems a little bit less nervous. Just a missed shot, you know. Tim seems a little out of sorts. But you never know. Maybe that's the way he normally is. I have no idea.
Like I said, last time I watched him shoot at the Mad Apple, he was rough the first set of 8-ball, and then 9-ball he picked back up.
Settled in a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's going to take this first set for him to get his mind right.
I like the decision by Jason of taking this 3-ball instead of shooting the combo now, because if he does shoot the combo, it's going to push that 11 potentially in front of some of the other, like the 4 or potentially the 2. Now he's very straight in. This I like this choice.
Now you could just tap the 6 and lead the 6 there for the 6 on the side.
I think he's got to try to draw back a little bit. Uh-oh.
Not right.
Yeah, now the 14 ended up going right in front of the 4 anyway. Well, now he has to shoot the 6. What's going on, Tiernan Tots? Yeah, we know. You know, it's funny, Derek Sitzman, because it whether it's $4.99 and under or $6.25 and under or even some of the top pros, you see it all the time. I shouldn't say all the time. That's an exaggeration. But it happens way too often where, you know, players try to get the edge, not by playing ability, but by unsportsmanlike conduct. And they're very subtle about it. You know, and that's one of the things that with, you know, walking away from the table 3, 4, 5 times in a set is very intentional for some players. You know, whether they get their mind right or not, that should not be against your opponent. You know, that's not acceptable. I watch for it all the time on the stream. That's one of the things that the viewers cannot see, and I've mentioned this 1,000 times, but I can see everything that's happening in this room, and Justin can attest to that now, being in the booth for the first time. But you can see the players, their mannerisms, how they're acting in their chairs. Here's what you people do. The viewers, you don't get to see this very often, but this is what we're looking at the whole time. If it's not that view, it's this view. All right, so if they're pacing and there's a camera right above that gentleman sitting behind the table there, and that camera was put in place for a very, very good reason. Or I'm sorry, the camera that you just seen, or that view, I should say, because we did have a player that was intentionally pacing back and forth, and knew that he wasn't on camera.
This
Not acceptable.
is Jason's dream right here, 2-6. That's how he gets to the 4-ball.
Yeah, that's really brutal getting on that 4. And if he doesn't end up with a shot on the 2 after this combo, he's in trouble.
I think if he hits it soft enough, he could lead the 2 somewhere off that rail, give himself a little bit of an angle.
Where's the cue ball going to go, though?
That's going to go flying.
Yep.
Fly away on the highway.
Yeah, and for the viewers out there, too, we do keep in mind this is a $4.99 and under. This is not, man, I'll tell you, if he called that pass there,
That was tight.
I didn't think there was any way for that ball to go in. That was a hell of a shot if that's what he was attempting, but I think he called the combo. So, the 499 and under, obviously they don't possess the skills that a 600 and above do. It's very obvious. Otherwise, we'd probably be on game number 7 already. So you do have to give them a little grace in that, but taking an exorbitant amount of time only makes the game worse for themselves, and it drives me friggin' insane. Todd Yari right outside the booth. Going to be taking on Gretchen Freilich tomorrow. I'm not sure what he... Wow.
I think he tried playing the carom.
Yeah, not a bad shot until... Well, he would have had a shot on the 4 ball. Not an easy one, but a shot. Patrick Carlson, what's happening, my friend? Thanks for tuning in. Big shout out to all the viewers from last night's match, or actually the last 2 matches. Much appreciated. If you were one of those that was in the chat, my subscribership went up by about 24 in the last 2 days. So here's to you. Ooh. He hit that window perfect.
That's a nice contained shot.
I like this. Instead of trying to complicate it and going around 2 rails and whatever else, take what the table gives you and concentrate on the shot. Oh, my gosh. That is another missed 8 ball by Jason Scofield. I sat and watched his entire shot. If you go back 10 seconds on your... He stayed down throughout almost the entire shot. So it was just a misdirection. Tim kind of shoots with his whole body. I'd be getting rid of that 13 right now. Well, you could save that for last, too, as long as you get a good angle on it. What would your pattern be here, Justin?
I like the 14, 15, 13, 8. But that 13 probably would be calling my name first if I looked at it long enough. One of those things that if I look at something long enough, I might change my mind and make a mistake.
Sure.
I do that quite often.
What's your Fargo?
360,
That's
8, something like that.
Then that's understandable. Uh-oh. He's going to let Jason shoot at this 8-ball in the side again. Why not give him another opportunity?
For some odd reason, I don't think he's missing this one.
I think you're right. Man, that is not a good view. We'll go back to that. Hey, center pocket this time. Two to one. Let's take a gander at our next sponsor, and her name is Bobby Joe Coons, owner of Home Sweet Home Real Estate down in Waupun, Wisconsin. She's been at it for many, many years with residential, land, farm, commercial real estate. If you are interested in some property in that area, give her a call at 920-345-1055. Why is Chris Green here?
What?
Said he was not going to be here, and it's his anniversary. Man, I'll tell you what. If I was Heather, I would kick his.
Maybe he's in a doghouse already.
No, that could be. I wouldn't be surprised, unless Heather's here with him. Oh, wait a minute. He plays summer league.
Oh yeah, he said he was subbing.
That explains it. Hey, that's a better break. Nothing going in, but still a better break. Spread the hell out of this rack. Chris Green Romantic Chronicles. Yikes. Taryn and Tots, why don't you write a book or produce a show with the Chris Green Show?
That was a pretty good show, the Red Green Show back in the day.
Right? Agreed.
If duct tape couldn't fix it, it's broken.
Impossible to fix.
That's right. Ooh. Left it open?
Well, it was kind of strange taking that shot in the first place. Or it's not that taking that shot is rolling forward on it, because all he had to do was just run into the rail and back out again. And he would have had a very simple shot on the 14.
You just simply overcut it.
Mm-hmm. If I was Jason, I think I would, A, play with my right hand instead of my left hand. B, I would shoot this 13 into the 10 because it is... Oh, wait, it's not open anymore. Never mind. I thought it was still open, but it's not. Jason's going to attempt the 7-ball in the same side that he missed the 8-ball before, and this time successful. Now he's got to find a way to bust that 4-ball out of there. And this is probably the best opportunity to do that. Here's what I find that is very common among Lower Fargo players is they're going to wait until the end to try to get this out. This is a perfect opportunity to get it out of there with that angle. And it's going to wait too long.
So, I don't want to give you too much credit here, but I do learn a few things watching this stream and hearing you talk.
About pool?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And that was one of them.
That's very weird.
I know. That's why I said I didn't want to give you too much credit.
Well, being a 6'7", is, I don't know what my Fargo is right now. 637,
Yeah.
638, somewhere
Yeah, I
around
just looked the other day because I wanted to see if we were matched up for a tournament, but we're too high.
I would. Yeah, sometimes I know what I'm doing. Good shot. Good shape on the 6. And it's the only shot that he can shoot next. So now he's got trouble with the 2 and the 4. I think the 3 goes past the 9, but it's pretty snug. I think he's just going to come straight across and take overcut.
Well, this is the break Tim needed. If he needed a break, is right here.
The easiest thing for Tim to do is get straight in on this 9 ball, however he gets there. Or maybe a slight angle away from the 14. That way he can play the 14 into the 10, or, I mean, I think he's probably going to play the combo now. The worst thing that could happen is this 11 blocks the pocket of the 14-11 combo. And nope, that's good. So now he's going to have to play the 13-11 combo unless...
Yeah, he can't see that.
Yeah, he can. It's sitting on the outer point, so he's going to have to hit this 11 thin 13-11 combo.
Oh, I was looking at something different. My bad.
Yep, just like so. I think he put himself in a bad position here. That 14 does not go past that 4 ball. He is banking the 13. And called safe.
That was not...
Well, shit, if you're going to do that.
Why leave at that end of the table?
Right.
When
And I think he may have left the 4 ball for Jason.
Even if Jason couldn't make it, he can stop it right there and leave it on the 14.
All right.
Play it safe. That's what I'd do just to get the 4 out of there.
All right. So now we're going to have to find... Jason's kind of still stuck in that position where he's got to find a way to get on the 2 ball. That is his nemesis right now. He could play it now in the lower left, but then that cue ball is going to be flying a little bit. I think I would actually play the 4 to get to the 2.
I was going to say, what if you hit the 4, come 2 rails up?
Into the 14.
Yep.
Yep, as long as you don't get behind it.
Even if you end up on the 50-yard line, you can still bank it in the corner and block the 9, potentially.
Yeah. This is I think he almost has to play the 2 in the side here.
Oh, now he does, yes.
He could try the 3 all the way down in the lower left, but then there's really no future for the 2. Because the angle on the 3 is... Oh, shit. I forgot the 6 ball is still there. Man, I would not do this.
Nope.
You got to get that 2 out of there.
Yeah, he didn't give himself any future
Nope.
after that anyways.
Nope. What's going on, Slim? I'm pretty sure that 3 goes past that 9 ball. And if it does, that would be exactly what I'd be shooting right now. You know what? Even if it doesn't go past there, I would still be shooting that shot.
At least put it back there.
100%. Try to block that pocket. Make it really difficult for that 14 and 9.
That's why I don't understand why Tim didn't put the 15 up there instead
Right.
of he left on the rail.
And it does go. Oh, look at this shape.
What a shot.
Nice shot.
Power draw out of that and
No, I think he's got to go. He's got to follow through on this because the power draw is going to go right into the 14 ball, and then he's going to have no shot. If he hits high right,
okay, I see the angle
just a
on
little
it.
bit of high right is all he needs. He had the high right, but he forgot to make the 2 ball.
I hate when
Too worried about the shape. Well, this might work out. I don't know if that was part of the plan, but this might work out to Tim's advantage. If he can just float this 14, he's going to be playing the 14 and the 15 in the same pocket. As long as he could avoid the scratch right by the 6.
He needs to be focusing on making 1 ball at a time, not looking at this point. He's getting too much clogged up in his mind.
Yeah, right. And he's got a draw stroke lined up for this, and that's not good. If he hits the 2 ball, he's going to have a very, that's what I'm talking about. He's got a very, very thin cut on this 15 ball. Yikes. This is no gimme. Sounds like the soothing voice of Todd Yari.
That exactly was it.
He's a hoot.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, this is not an easy shot for a 575 Fargo, much less a 499 and under. But let's see if he can pull it off. Woo!
Whoa. Oh,
Yep.
somebody go open up the door quick.
That, holy cow.
What a leave. Otherwise, Jesus.
If I was Jason, I would play this 2 into the 15, pocket the 15, and make sure that cue ball goes all the way down table where the 2 is going to end up, and leave it on the rail. Because if he does, it's going to make it very difficult for Tim to shoot at the 8 ball. Even though on the side, it'd be a super thin cut, and all the way down would be a scratch in the side.
Oh, he's not gonna be able to hold that for the 2 ball.
No, I think he's going to have to go around table. If he's playing the 6 ball, he's got to go all the way around table like 3 rails. Watch. There, and there. Not bad. That is not bad at all. And this bank does go past the 8-ball. I'll tell you what, this would be a most impressive out if Jason can pocket this.
Definitely well earned.
This table does bank short, so it's almost straight in. Hits the outer point and goes in the corner. Yikes.
That's a rough day.
That was a good shot on the 6. And to just miss that by, the outer point. Great attempt. All right. Should be 2-2.
Just don't smoke it, whatever you do, like he's been smoking everything else.
There's nothing really to worry about in the shot either. I mean, you don't jack up. You stay nice and flat because it's not a scratch. If that's what he's worried about. This will not go in the corner if hit properly. That's not going to hit a rail. That's not going to hit a rail. Yep, it did.
Here's a little tester.
Well, another opportunity for Jason to go up 3-1.
Go for gold and 5-rail it.
Top right corner. Nice and smooth. Center pocket. Nicely done. That's a great shot.
Yeah, it was.
After missing, I mean, there were a couple of shots where really difficult that, he ended up missing. So the confidence level on that 8 probably was not very high.
No.
So pulled it off.
Slim, who ordered the drama this early?
We do that every match, Slim. What are you talking about? His name is Rob Miller. Oh, wrong one. His name is actually Vincent Didio. He works down at Gallery 83 in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, which is a tattoo company. Guess we're waiting for the league to get out of Jason's way. So Vincent Didio is a multi-award winning artist with 20 years of experience in all styles of tattooing. Is this dry, Jason? Jason, sorry. That's Jason out there. Justin. It must be dry.
I was kind of watching everything going on, so I missed the initial break.
Yeah, looks dry. From elaborate black and gray realism to simple small designs, Vincent is equipped to bring all of your ideas to life. Located in Fond du Lac and is a relaxing, safe, and clean environment. Left my tongue at home, apparently. For more information, please visit vincedtattoos.com or vincedtattoos@gmail.com.
Yeah, I think I'm due for another one.
How many you got?
I think like 13.
Any with color on them?
Oh,
or
yeah.
are they all?
They're all with color. There's only one that's all black, and that's
Gotcha.
that one. Yeah, it's been a while. Last one I got was in Vegas. And that was 4 years ago.
What'd you get?
Poker chip that says 21.
Oh, nice.
And that's the same night I learned how to play blackjack.
Did you win or lose?
I took him for $600 that night.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then I gave it right back.
Of course you did.
Oh, yeah.
That's what everybody does.
That's why Vegas is so nice.
No doubt. Yeah, they didn't get that way for people quitting when they were ahead.
Oh, that's right.
Well, this actually started out really well for Jason. Hit a really good shot on that 12, and unfortunately the 10 ended up married to that 1 ball. It was clear, and he did have a good opportunity to run this rack out, but it's not going to happen now. Well, still can, but you have to find a way to get on that 10 ball.
Could he draw
Tony
off that 11?
Prucha
No.
saying, let's go, Tim. I'm sorry, what?
I was just wondering if you could draw off that 11, but I don't think he could have got enough on that. Well, you could break it up with the 13 right now, or shoot the 14 or the 9.
Mike Misevich, you don't have any tattoos? You're a heathen, so you should. If that's the case. I don't recall you had... Don't you have tattoos? Yes, he does.
Yeah, Mike? Well, yeah.
Wait a second.
Just remember, Mike, you can't hide.
Hey, heathen. Who's the heathen? Jesus, man. You got sleeves all the way up to your neck. That is the look of constipation right there. Oh boy. Welcome back, Sean. Thanks for the chat last night on the way home, by the way. Hopefully at some point, Sean's going to be doing the KO Challenge series down in North Carolina as well. And I found out that he's actually a good friend of good buddies with Derek Delancey.
I seen that on the stream last night.
Yeah. Derek's a good dude. One of the best of sportsmanship in the game.
Actually, just subscribed to his channel last night as well after the stream. So.
To Sean's?
Yes.
Yeah. What's going on, Money Shot? Another outer points gets Jason.
He's not finding those side pockets very easy tonight.
No.
I mean, I know it's not cold out.
Hell no.
Unless they turned the AC on after we came in here.
I'll tell you what, Tim is, you mentioned it earlier. I don't know if he's got a very jabby kind of stroke. And he doesn't take, it's a little bit of inconsistency. Sometimes he'll get up to the table and just fire away, right away. And then sometimes he'll really take his time. That's why I'm a huge proponent of a pre-shot routine and do the same thing every time, no matter what.
So
that's why if you look at professional golfers, professional pool players, professional tennis players, all of them, the best it's always muscle memory.
So I'm trying to learn or teach myself that, actually. I'm actually trying to teach myself walking into my shot line.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I forget, and I think those are the times I miss.
Yep. And it's hard. It's not easy because you're trying to break a habit, Me and Mrs. Cheddar went and played 9 holes this morning.
Yeah, how'd that go?
And I'm guilty as everybody else. Not well. Well, hit some good shots, hit some bad shots.
Okay.
That's just kind of my game. I don't get to play anymore. So, but that's one of the things that I taught myself at the end of the last season was no matter how uncomfortable, I shouldn't say that. If you're uncomfortable, back away from the shot. Just like in pool. And you see a lot of times where amateurs will, even if they're uncomfortable, you can see it, they still take the shot. It's the worst thing you can do.
So I'm learning. I'm trying to teach myself that too. Is step back.
Walk away.
If I have to, like if I get down and I didn't like it, I'm not comfortable, I'm trying to teach myself to step back, second look at it, and then
reset.
Yep.
All right, this 8-ball all the way down in the Vincent Didio Memorial Pocket for the set number 1. Yikes.
Well, here's Tim's opportunity to get one more back. I think I'd be starting with the 1 ball, not looking at up table.
I would do exactly that as well, and I would try to get myself, even though you'd have to force it a little bit, try to get the 3 in the opposite side right after that. Now he's probably going to have to play a combo.
Well, that's not the worst thing.
Nope.
Depending on where that cue ball ends
I would
up.
try to get on this 3 ball after this shot.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I wouldn't have done that.
I would have definitely played the combo before doing that.
Well, yeah, because then you put a ball in the pocket, right next to the pocket for the next shot, no matter what. This is going to be a tough one.
This is hard to get safe on. He called a safe.
Yep. I mean, it's not the worst.
That's ball in hand. That is ball in hand.
I don't know.
Nothing hit a rail.
He's not calling them. Nice shot.
Well, it went in anyway, so doesn't matter anymore. All right, it looks like I think Tim's going to go out and have a cigarette. Yep, Jason's walking away from the table as well.
Well, that's good because I can use the old boys' room myself.
All right. Yep, 100%. And it kind of makes me wonder, too, because there's quite a few players in the field. We'll talk about this for a second, because we can. There are several players in the field that are doing this for the experience, and I think it's awesome. But, and I'm not going to say whether he did or not. I don't know. But If that was me, I would. If I was Tim, I would have been calling that foul on myself. And I don't know if he realized he did it, but it's a shame that Jason is not paying attention, and he should be, to that being a foul. So, yeah, Derek Sisman says the same thing. All right, either way, we are going to go on to some 9-ball, which is a race to 5. Actually, Jason is back at the table, so we're going to let him break. I'm going to get rid of the other ones. We've had this debate a couple of times on the stream. We've talked about it several times. What's the right answer? And this is should you call a foul on yourself? So I see both sides of the story. And I'm 50-50. So if it's league night, or if it's something that is, I wouldn't say subsequential, there's not a ton of meaning behind it. Should you call a foul on yourself? Yeah, probably. But if you're playing for $8,400 or just the chance to advance in this tournament, do you call a foul on yourself? Or is it up to your opponent to be paying attention? So you guys go ahead and debate that in the chat. I'm going to try to stay out of it. But I do see both sides. Me personally, whatever the circumstances are, it doesn't matter. If I fouled, I'm going to call it on myself. I will. Because it's the right thing to do. And Tim may not have known that he fouled.
He stepped away too soon to not be able to see what happened. And I've done that, looked away right after I shot.
And then just walk away from the table. Yeah. Either way, it's done and over with. So Jason wins set number 1, 4-1. So now we are off to 9-ball. Let's play some rotation. Again, 3 foul is in play. It is not mandatory, but suggested that if you are on foul number 2, to try and let your opponent know that they are on foul number 2. But this goes back to the topic we're talking about right now. If your opponent is not paying attention, whose fault is it?
The person that's not paying attention.
Absolutely. Always. So if and they know they're on foul number 2.
Yes.
Yeah, and I won't debate with anybody. Because it's happened a couple of times. H2B. That is the correct answer, in my opinion, and the best response in the chat. And that's why I would call it on myself. No matter, it doesn't matter what the situation is, whether it's $1 or if it's $10,000. It's still a foul. So, if I notice it and my opponent does, I'm gonna pick up the cue ball and hand it to my opponent.
Yeah, I've done that multiple times myself.
Yeah, that is not true. Yep. Derek Sitzman, you are correct. The cue ball does not have to hit a rail. Well, it has to hit the opposite end rail, but yeah, coming back, it does not have to hit the rail. And I know you know that. Tim may not. That's good to know, Bill Sorensen. I was not aware of that.
Me neither, but I don't play a lot of 10 ball neither, so.
Play 9 ball at all?
Very off, not a lot, but I do. Like if I'm at the bar just shooting around, I'll rack or two of 9 ball just to try to play shape.
Sure.
Shape game or time or two, see how well it is. But, and we also do play ring game a lot, so at least once a week we're playing ring game.
Not a lot of people play ring game anymore. It's kind of hard to come by, and I wish it wasn't the case.
It's a fun time. Get 3 or 4 people together and talk smack to each other.
H2B says APA doesn't have a 3-foul rule, so I never think about that one. I have never played APA League, so I know absolutely nothing about it. Zero.
See, if there's one closer to Red Granite Red Granite, I'm not about to drive hour and a half, 2 hours just to play in the league on that 1 day a week.
Right.
That's just a little absurd. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Randy.
Yeah. So it's funny because this is what's going on in the back of my head right now. And because of the conversation in the chat earlier, that this is kind of Tim's MO. He'll walk away from the table. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, he stopped and talked to a lady on the way because I'm kind of watching where he's going. Wandered into the bathroom, and he's been in there for quite some time, so I have no idea what the deal is. So we'll find out how the rest of this match goes. Otherwise, we are going to... I will step in myself. Yep. You are correct, Derek. And he is taking his sweet time getting back to the table. Well, I will solve this myself.
All right. The boss is on a mission.
Good. Slow. Very fucking slow. Running out of things to talk about?
Well, I hope that's not the case, Randy, because I don't need to know that.
What's that?
I don't think you want to know either.
Yeah, don't care.
Dry break.
Well, we waited all that time. I don't want to, yeah. He can sit and argue all he wants. I don't care. Been gone for like 15 minutes.
The 4 feet of fear.
Yeah, Tiernan Tots.
Oh, yeah. Electing to push out, I would assume here.
Is he going for a hit on this?
That's what it look. Oh, no.
No. Okay.
Wait. He's going to give Jason a look at the 1 ball, though.
Yeah, he actually gave him the full ball here. Nice shot. Well, and that's one of those things too. You got to keep in mind too. This is $4.99 and under. You know that's why they're at $4.99. some of those things escape them, and that's okay. I think this is a good learning for both of the players. You know, they can go back and listen to the stream and watch the mistakes. Some people will just always be stuck at the same level they're at now. That's okay too. I mean, look at the commentary of this stream.
Yeah, I mean,
it's never gotten better.
You let me in here, so it's gotta be going.
It's going downhill.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, no doubt. He said it, not me. That's totally on Justin.
But see, I can because it's me.
That's all right. Mike Masevich. That could have been a commentator's curse if you were one.
Yeah.
You have to be a commentator first. I don't know if you're aware of that. Some people aren't aware of that.
Yeah, last time I knew he wasn't allowed back in here.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Just making sure that was still...
Yeah, it's still in effect.
Okay.
I think it's a 5-year ban.
Oh, damn.
Just for being a heathen. All right, that's not the worst.
No, I think he would like to get behind the 8
Yeah.
ball.
He's left Jason with a nasty combo on the 4-7 if he elects to play that. That's tough. You know what's even more important, Michael, than reading is proofreading. Just a suggestion. It's not a requirement. I don't care. I knew what you meant. Judging by the way I've seen Mike Masevich play recently, it's like he's got 10 thumbs on all of his hands anyway, you know. So if he has to use 10 thumbs for texting and commenting, and that's challenging. It's hard.
You gotta retrain your brain to do all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard.
I get it. Some people can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
I resemble that remark. I think this 4 goes right between the 6 and the 7. I think it goes in there. Long as, well, no, it doesn't now. It did. Now it does not.
No, we're still gonna play whack the 4.
Tyler's tilted. What's going on? Paul Ojewski says Jason also plays 9-ball league. I think he wins this match as well. Aha. Tim's bathroom breaks are longer than my work breaks. Well, it's funny because he came back to the table and, you know, you kind of see the motion that he made that because Jason broke. And, you know, about getting a beer or whatever. It's like, I seen you talking to a lady. No excuses.
No, there's not.
Nope.
You're here to play a match.
Yeah, this is.
You could be social afterwards.
That's right.
That's why I tell all my people I play, and a lot of them are friends. I'm like, we're not friends. We can be friends after the match.
I don't mind a cigarette break. I don't, you know, if you got to walk away from the table for a little bit, but yeah, do it within reason.
Oh,
Take advantage of it, then you lose the privilege.
He
That's why me and Mike are friends right there.
He grew up today. He's tall as a 4th grader.
Man, I'll tell you what, that was a game-winning shot right there. Had that 4 fallen, life would have been a lot easier for Jason Scofield.
Ooh, left it in the jaws in the VDM pocket.
It's not the pocket. Yeah, love you too, Mike. Like a hernia operation. Oh, I don't like this already. Oh, all right. He's within the pocket, so it makes it a little bit easier. I don't like putting the cue ball that close to the rail when you need an angle, but he's okay. Play the 6 and the 7 in the same pocket. Come back out to the middle of the table. First make the 6. Yeah, I would suggest making the 6. Anthony Sadlin.
Oh,
And we're still talking about that miss in the Vincent Didio Memorial pocket. I would suggest hitting it better. A little bit cleaner, would definitely help.
well, that's not going to really help his cause. I'm sure you wanted to get a little bit.
Nice cut. That was a nice cut, and he's got good shape. Probably going to be he's talking to himself a lot out there. Not sure why. He's going to play this 9 ball in the same pocket, but the tangent lines where this cue ball's going is okay. Never mind. Wow, look at this lucky break. Misses it, and yeah, he got a shot on the 9.
Not the greatest shot, but you can come off the rail, couldn't you?
Oh, close. All right. Tim with almost the same shot, just a little bit closer. See if he can get the same shape he did the last time.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's as good as Anthony Sadlin. My opinion. Well, that was a long game of 9 ball.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the old miss a straight in shot and end up safe. It's Mike Masevich's go-to. That was a good break.
Yeah, 2 down, 3 down.
No shot on the 2 ball.
Uh-huh.
Let's see it. Man, we're playing 6 ball on this rack instead of 9 ball.
Unless if
That's
he
nice.
wants to go aggressive and jump it right off the bat.
I don't think I would recommend that.
I don't either.
I've seen him shoot with a regular cue. I think I would leave that jump cue in the case.
Honestly, the way he's not focused, I don't blame you. He should.
Jesus, you guys are cruel. Again, I need to remind you, this is a $4.99 and under tournament. But I get it. You know, we're in the final 16. We should be seeing a little bit better pool. And I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know, you know. But these guys are. See, here we go. This is a foul.
Yeah, nothing hit the rail. See, he's calling that one. That's a foul.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, that two did not touch.
I'll tell you what. Now I'm getting pissed. These are the things that annoy the hell out of me. When there's no sportsmanship, and you say that you called called a push, but your opponent didn't hear it, and then you kick at the object ball. You don't call push and then kick at the object ball. That nobody does that. And then said, well, yeah, I called push. Knowing full well that he fouled. These are the things that make me angry.
Well, Jason stays down to 6.
Yep. I don't root for anybody, but when there's deliberate poor sportsmanship, I don't care whether people want to say that he doesn't know the rules or whatever the case. I don't care.
That was a nice shot.
That was a beauty.
Well contained.
I don't want to see people like that win ever. And ignorance of the rules is not exemptions from the rules. Ever. Good out. 1-1. Here's why I put this camera in.
So that means it's safe when he waves his hand like that, not a push.
Well, we could hear what's going on out there as well. The fact that, Tim saying that he made the safe signal. But that's... you don't have to call safe in 9-ball.
Right.
Right? And safe is not a push.
Correct.
There's a complete difference between calling a push and playing a safe, and then kicking at the object ball that you would normally hit. So this is where I hate being a tournament director, a streamer, a referee, and all of that wrapped into one.
Well, you're a good fit for it. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Thanks for the private messages, by the way, everybody. Helps me know what I'm dealing with here. This is crap that I do not tolerate on my stream. Anthony Sadlin, I have to give you props on that comment. That's that was one of the best comments of the night. Leave it up to you. What's going on, Jim?
It wouldn't be a bad spot to put that cue ball right by that 6 ball.
Indeed. I like that. Get that 2 down table by the 3 ball. Yeah, hit it a little thin. And I agree, Patrick. Well, there are saves, but yeah, you don't have to call safe in 9 ball or 10 ball in any rotation game. You don't have. Oh no, I take that back. Because that's ball in hand. Because if you do call safe, if you do call safe in 10 ball and pocket another ball, obviously your opponent can make you shoot again. So you can call safe. Well, I'm sitting here thinking of, yeah.
This is gonna be a tester.
I think he can just pocket the 3. I think. It looks like a very thin cut on the 4 ball from the camera view. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Left him with a really good angle to pocket the 3 and drift past the 7 or run into the 7 and end up with a shot on the 4.
My skill is I'd put that cue ball right on that 7 and meet him.
Right behind it.
Oh, yeah. Best friends forever.
Play safe on yourself. Sure. Hey! Or just go right off the 4 ball.
And just rifle it in there.
Sure.
Why not?
Agreed, Randy.
That's not a bad save. But left a fairly decent kick at it.
So Bill Sorensen, and that's kind of what I was about to allude to, and then I don't know, this conversation is getting a little bit old for me, but I've been called out on some of the things that I do on my stream, and I don't give a shit. I really don't care, because I'm not going to be like any other stream. So when somebody does something wrong, that's why these cameras are in place to where they are. And why I have, if you look at the long view right now that everybody's watching, I try to keep it on this as much as possible because in the upper left-hand corner, you can still see the players. So when things like this happen, now the viewers get to see it as well. And I knew without a doubt that
what a
it was an intentional attempt at whatever he was trying to do. In Tim with the 4 ball before, or whatever ball, it doesn't matter. So when people call me out, or yeah, I've heard several. Well, you should just stay in the booth and mind your own business.
No.
Yeah, this is a tournament for the players, but I'm still the tournament director. And when I see things that are intentional going wrong, like what with just happened, I'm gonna come out of the booth.
Right. If there's no director for anything, just like if there's no bosses at work, is anything going to get done
It's
the right
a
way?
free for all.
Right. 6-9, riding the 9. I only dressed it up for. Well, I guess it's not too pretty, but it's not the worst.
That's actually not exactly what I said, Mike, when I was out there. But I should have. I'm good, Craig. This isn't the first time I've had to deal with this. I think Anthony Sadlin mentioned it before.
That 6 ball's going to
And I've had to several times before, too.
go towards the rail. Yep. This shot gives me nightmares.
Good shot. Hit it well.
Yeah.
And perfect speed.
I'm actually going to have to learn that back cut it, not try to cut it across table.
Good shot. Good out by Tim.
All right. I mean, it only took them 8 games, but we got there.
That was a kind of a speedy rack. Getting a little bit better. Thanks, Paul. You could figure that out on your own, Derek. Tim's got a really good 9-ball break, I must say.
Right. Got a shot on the 1.
He's
not pretty.
Yeah, he's got a shot on the 1, but no shot on the 3 and no shot on the 4.
I almost put that 1 ball down table and leave the cue ball up table. Let Jason deal with the mess.
See, if I was
Now you're breaking that 3-8 out.
if I was Jason, I'd have me out of the booth right now.
I don't know.
I think that was a good hit.
Looked good.
Looked like a good hit.
But we know cameras are deceiving sometimes.
And yet again, this is why me and Michael Masevich are friends. Well, I use that term very lightly.
I was gonna say,
that's friend. The term friends, Justin, gets tossed around.
You're throwing that around
way,
a lot tonight.
yeah, way too often. Kind of takes the meaning away,
Almost. Ooh, there's a foul.
And it just opened up the 4-ball. That little nudge on the 7 will get you to overhead position.
Craig.
I know. This is hard to let go, Craig. This is.
He's not going to try running into that, is he?
No, I think he's just drifting down for the shot on the.
Well, I just
Thanks, Bill Sorensen. Love you too, buddy.
I saw the angle he was going to shoot that at. Had me worried a little bit.
He left himself straight on this 4-ball. Oh boy, he's jacking up on this. This could usually get in a lot of trouble.
Rattle.
Yeah, and it did exactly that.
Did you get fortunate? You could see a piece of that, if not all of it.
Patrick Carlson, that is the first-time co-commentator Justin Ellingson asked to commentate for Tim's match tonight. If you're friends with Tim, you might want to have a couple of words with him after this match.
Oh, I'm definitely going to. I'll call him tomorrow, too. I see him like once in a great, like twice a month, maybe once a month, maybe at the Roadhouse for tournaments. He comes up.
Oh, okay. I haven't been there yet, and I hear a lot of good things about the Roadhouse.
Well, I see that you're signed up for a tournament. They're coming in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that
Or
was
is that
for
August 2nd?
No, that was August 2nd.
Okay.
That I was Jamie Cools asked if I would shoot with Amy for that tournament because we're right on the number.
Yeah, 899.
And that's actually the very first weekend of the Midwest KO.
Okay.
So yeah, I can't.
All right.
See you, Derek Sitzman. Thanks for popping in again this evening.
Gotta go to work soon. That sucks. I guess.
Yeah, turn the stream on at work. What do you do?
Right.
What do you do, Derek? Uh-oh. Safety. Hands waving in the air, wondering why he got such a bad roll.
Well, the way this was lined up, there's no way he was gonna come out smelling great.
No. You had to rely on a whole bunch of luck.
Yeah.
Have a good night at work, Derek.
I guess why some people go to work, some people go to sleep.
Wow, you guys are relentless. Tyler, Mike. Well, that's 2 fouls in a row. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that, Derek. Pays the bills. That's all that matters.
You know, my neighbor works at Breakbush, and I get a lot of free chicken. Almost too much sometimes.
A little bit of a steep angle on the 7 ball, but definitely manageable. And actually, I like it because now he can come 2 rails with the cue ball and play the 8 in the side because it's almost a natural angle. Off the second rail, the cue ball is going to be heading right towards the 9 ball, which is exactly what he wants. Just concentrate on making the 7. That's all that matters. Hit it way too thin.
And you had a natural perfect
Overcut. Hey, don't downplay it at all, Derek. I'm getting paid to sit on my ass today too. And tomorrow night, and the next night, and the next night, and the next.
Not me. I got a busy week at work, so unfortunately I can't sit around until Thursday afternoon.
What do you do?
I locate underground electric utilities.
Oh,
electric
fantastic.
And gas for people to dig.
So you're like Digger's Hotline.
So,
Kinda.
Yeah, they make they make the dig ticket and then they send it to us and we locate it.
All right. Drills that 8 ball, but leaves himself not quite tight on the rail, but in a challenging position for this cut.
He's been doing that a lot tonight, though.
Mhm.
Almost every other shot's on the rail, and he's not playing great shape tonight. Well, he's gonna make Jason work at it.
Yeah, this is almost as hard as Tim's shot. Mike, aren't you still? You're still on house money yet, buddy?
Oh,
Good shot.
yeah,
Good shot.
just had
2-2.
momentum.
Caught that third outer point. I think Mike Basevich has that affliction. He's got
What, the third outer point?
yeah, he's got an extra nipple.
You should probably go get that checked out.
Yeah, I think he has already.
Oh,
He's just
not right in the
he's
head.
different.
Okay, fair enough.
Two to 2. Race to 3 and 9 ball. Bill Sorensen, you're not playing with house money yet. Mike Masevich is. Nice break. And I'll tell you what, this is a pretty I'm not going to say it. That'll be a commentator's curse.
Yeah, because, well,
The 3 to the 4 is going to be the most difficult, my opinion, because if he does play for shape in the side, he's going to have a really good angle. But the start of this rack is pretty simple. Unless you leave yourself like this, then it makes it much more challenging.
straight on.
Gavin Ward. What's going on, Gavin? And what Fred Renner said, it's none of your business. Bill, you're on house money? Oh, you are. I forgot about that. Never mind. He can see that 3 nice and clean, but it's almost dead straight. He does have a little bit of an angle, but it's almost right into the 8 ball. So he's either going to have to come up with a power follow and try to force it past the 8 and come 2 rails. This is a tough shot. Man. Relentless. Tyler is tilted. I'll tell you what, that's a good nickname for him.
Yeah. What? I've seen that name before. Oh, got Maya Hoekstra.
What's going on, Maya? Thanks for the private message, by the way, and thank you for not sending a picture of your privates again. Jeez, it's like once a week, you know.
Oh
with
man,
Maya.
How do you do that?
You really have to censor everything that's coming from Maya.
I don't know if I could have a friend that sends me.
We're not.
Pictures.
We're not friends.
Okay.
Stop using that word.
The other one that's throwing it out like candy today.
Ooh, look at there. That's a nice shot. To avoid that scratch was well done.
I just don't like how he's jacking up on that.
Yeah, and there's really no reason for it, to be honest with you.
That's why.
That didn't accomplish anything.
No. If you would have just hit top ball where it came right off the 2 rails.
Correct.
Natural leave on a 5.
You would know that, Mike.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
It's not the worst shape that you could have got.
I don't know.
It's not the best.
It could have been a hell of a lot better, I'll tell you that.
I mean, you're
This
not
is
wrong.
this is brutal. Taking his time, though.
I think a lot of people would with this one riding up the rail.
Yeah.
Caught the auto point.
Yeah, that is a very fortunate roll for Tim.
Yeah.
This could have been a lot uglier. Or I should say a lot easier for Jason.
Well, I mean, he could have had a better shape on that. It's all coming down to that 4 ball jacking up over the top like that.
Yep. Mike, when do you get your privates removed?
Well,
Why you got to do that to your dog, man?
Congratulations, Mike. I didn't know you went like that, but I'm glad you came.
Sure.
Glad you came around to you and not afraid to come out anymore. It takes a lot for somebody to do that.
Oh, this is a nice safe. That is well done.
Oh, I don't think that goes behind the 9 to kick it. Maybe. No.
Whee!
Ooh.
9 almost goes in. And this is going to sit right by the...
Dress up nicely.
Hell yeah. I would have done the same thing. Tee it high and let it fly. All right, a whole bunch of right-hand draw. Spin it up table for the 8 in the side. Just like so. Oh, settle. And a little bit of an angle on the 8, but I think he can still just
Float the cue ball over.
pot the ball in the side.
Yeah.
And let the cue ball drift forward for the 9 in the upper right. Oh, piece of cake. Don't need to hold nothing. All right, this 9 ball for a 3-2 lead for Jason Scofield. Backs off the shot. I don't blame him. Center pocket. Down she goes. It's a very important shot.
What's the money ball? Can't miss that.
Two games away from advancing to the quarterfinals for Jason Scofield. Tim needs 3 of them to take it to a third set of 10 ball. Where's everybody tuning in from tonight? And if you say your couch, Mike Misevich, or your pool room, I'll think of something. I'll be sending you my privates.
Just let me step away first before you start doing that kind
Sure,
of stuff.
sure. Fair enough. Nobody wants to see that in the booth.
No. It's a small enclosed space.
All right, 3 ball is down on the break. The only issue with this rack is the 7 and the 8 ball. If Jason decides to pocket this 1 ball, the cue ball is going to come right behind and bust those 2 up. I would actually recommend it. John Williquette tuning in from Peshtigo. Look at that. Look at that.
You do know what you're talking about.
First time ever. Now comes the hard shot. He can play the combo, but I don't think this goes clean past the 6. That is a small pocket. That is well done. I'll tell you what, this would be the run of the match if he can get out on this. This is not simple, though, because the angle on this 2 ball, he almost has to go down table and back. So he's got to hit this with some authority and hit it a little bit thinner than what you'd normally think, because at a faster pace, it's going to skid just a smidge. Oh, he's gonna take the steep cut on the 4 instead.
I mean, if he makes it, it's going to give him the shot for the 5. Not a great shot. Unless...
John Williquette, your jersey just got mailed today, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
Wow, he overcut that.
That was not seeable. I guess it was.
Randy Parlick, where in the hell is Neva? What's a Neva?
Nevada?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't see a DA at the end. Maya Hoekstra tuning in from Detroit. Christopher Ostrander, what's going on? Saying let's go. Tim, south of Marquette in the UP. Patrick Carlson. Patrick, how far? This might go in the pocket.
Oh, no.
Even worse, though, now he is straight on this 5 ball, which is going to make it a big challenge for the 7.
I'm going to say, just make the ball and take what
Make
you
it.
get.
Take what you get.
Same thing with the 7. Just focus on making the 7. The both are all of it's open.
Hit it good. Pocket speed.
I can see him trying to force this 8-ball, and then it just sits in the jaws.
It's always that possibility. Nah, I think he'll get out.
Oh, yeah.
Three to three.
I guess I'm just trying for my first ever commentator's curse.
You're due.
Yeah,
Yeah, you haven't had one yet.
no.
Kyle Vertel tuning in from Wapaka, as always.
Only 35 minutes north of my house.
Good evening, Rick Chamberlain. Fred Renner, as always, tuning in from Adams, Wisconsin, home of the best ditchweed north of the border.
I don't know. I actually tried some of this salsa for
Oh,
the
it's good
first
shit.
time. Oh, yes, it is.
That's good
The
stuff.
reputation it precedes itself.
Mm-hmm. Tyler's tilted, tuning in from Dykesville. My bad. Paul Hemminghouse watching from Oshkosh, Sloshkosh. Mike Bennell up in Suring. Tiernan Tots from Swamico. All right, Tim shit-racking himself. Oh,
5-ball
a little
drop.
kiss off the 3.
With the halfway shot on the 1.
It didn't sound right on the break. Pete Besta, of course, living in Center Valley. Tony Prucha tuning in from Racine. Tony, where do you play out of? Are you at what is it, Bonnie and Betty's? Is that Racine or is that Kenosha? Not sure. I can't remember which one it is. Where do you play out of, Tony? Uh-oh.
Nope.
That is foul on Tim with man, I would actually attempt. I would consider playing a 3 foul here. And there's a really good 3 foul.
Where's that at?
Would make it extremely difficult. I don't think I can get it up in time.
So you got your telestrator, don't you?
I don't think I can get it up in time. We'll see. No, he's going to do it anyway. I would actually put the cue ball here. Skin the 1, put the cue ball right back here because there is no window. And make sure the 1 ball ends up right over there.
Okay.
That would be almost an impossible hit. And I don't know.
If he was going to do that, why didn't he just put it behind it and draw forward?
I don't know why he would play safe on himself there.
I think he was playing the wrong game in his own head.
I think so. That doesn't seem like the right choice. Good hit.
Ooh,
And
he got away.
sits in the jaws.
Well, you got a shot on it, but not pretty. They all can't be winners.
Gavin Ward tuning in from Luxembourg. Jeff Seidel from Casanova. Casanovia. James Hop.
Yeah, that's my brother.
That's your brother?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tuning in from Red Granite. Mark Howes tuning in. What? Beautiful Menasha. Yeah, I agree, Mike.
Yeah, I don't tell many people that all in public.
Right?
But
I like the name of the place where Tony Prucha.
whoa.
Holy
was
smokes. That's pretty thin. That's really thin when you're not. Yeah, we know. We know, Tim. Don't be touching the balls. I love the name of this place. It's called Wits End in Caledonia. I love it. Now he shoots darts. Good choice. So tomorrow, 7 o'clock in the evening, folks, you are going to want to come back for this match. I'm going to pull it up in just a second. That way you can see it for yourself. We'll let Jason work on this rack first.
Oh, as long as he doesn't do any safeties to himself at this point, he should be all right.
Uh-oh. He's okay. He can still make it. He's going to have to come 2 rails on, if not 3, on the cue ball to play the 6, if he can avoid it on the way through.
I was going to say, wouldn't that 3 rail, the 6 come into play on that?
It might. We'll see. Oh, hit the outer point anyway. Oh, look at this roll.
He got fortunate.
Wow, what a roll. Tyler's tilted. No, I have not. Actually, that is what I have to do after this match. Hopefully, it's not going to run too late.
Hey, James, I'm just in Oshkosh for about another hour.
Wow.
I'll be back home. You just wait.
Is that your son?
No, my brother.
Oh,
He's talking
Gotcha.
crap. I'm going to have to go put him in his place when I get home.
gotcha. That was a really good save by Tim there.
Nice hit.
Woo! And
boy.
almost makes it. I'll tell you, that 7 ball just got put in a nasty little spot. May have to play a 7-8 combo. Actually, getting from the 4 to the 6 isn't easy either. The side pocket's going to come into play. He tries to force this at all, he will scratch in the side. If he goes forward, he's going to have to play to the short side of the 6. Or just
Fluke it in.
wow.
I mean,
Hey, it's 9 ball.
gotta love it. It's a love-hate relationship.
Now comes the hard one. This 7 is, as far as I can tell anyway, and I'm looking at it from the booth as well, I don't think it passes the 8. I'm not sure. Holy schmucks. What the?
No
Oh,
way.
my gosh. But look at this.
Oh, wow.
Look at this. He's hooked. That,
Wow.
holy hell.
Call ESPN.
I don't know what just happened there. I have no idea. And he's mad because he didn't get shape on the 8?
Well, you hit it
Are you-
8
are you
million miles
kidding?
per hour. I mean, what do you expect was going to happen?
Wow. Unbelievable. Oh, this might go in.
Nice shot.
Wow, what a shot.
Way to get out of that.
What a shot. What a beauty. That was a nice kick by
Yeah.
Tim. All right. This is to put Tim on the hill. He's already fluked 2 of them in.
I did like the fact that he was taking his time on that one.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, you don't want to hand this 9 ball back to Jason.
No. And drills it.
Drills it.
All right. That was a well-deserved out after those 2 flukes and nice kick.
Okay, I'm gonna have to completely disagree with you on that one.
Well, after the kick, I said the 2
okay,
flukes
yeah, the
doesn't
2
count.
flukes, he should have not been at the
No.
table. That was brutal.
But after making that kick on the 8, he redeemed himself a little bit. He should just.
Of course he is.
I was gonna say he should just finish this set and then go.
Apparently he's got a small bladder.
Apparently.
That's okay. I mean, he said he's going to go pee quick, and he does have that option. You know, he's
Right.
It is his break.
You know, and we were outside right before the match. I told him, if it's your break, he most likely will let you, but don't do that.
Yeah,
stuff
don't
when
abuse the
it's-
privilege.
when it's not your break.
Right.
Because then
That's a no-no.
Yeah, because then people are gonna think that's sharking or whatnot, what have you.
Gavin Ward. Yeah. Well, that's what you do in 9-ball. If you don't have a shot, just hit it hard. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. As usual, greatly appreciated everybody being here. As I was about to mention before, here is tomorrow night's match. This is going to be fun. Todd Yari, right here at the Varsity Club. Actually, he's warming up on table 2 right now. We're playing Summer League against Gretchen Freilich. I'm going to give everybody the heads up already. Gretchen messaged me yesterday and said there is a possibility because she has work to finish, blah, 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 so she might be here a little bit later. And everybody gets grace. You know, if they're letting me know ahead of time, they will get an opportunity to warm up just like everybody else. So it may or may not start at exactly 7 o'clock tomorrow. So, all right, Tim is back. That was fast for Tim. Holy shit.
Well,
Up 4-3.
I think he has his eyes on the prize.
Oh, I gotta pee. Damn it. All right. Looks like, ooh, the 3-ball gets kicked in.
The 1.
He's jacked up over the 6-ball to play the 1. And even if he pockets it, is going to have to play either a 2-8 nasty combo or bank the 2-ball. Gavin Ward, you just changed your profile picture. Can't see it, but I believe there's... Are you playing on a pool table? Looks that way. Yeah, that one is not going to fall. Not on this table. That caught all 3 outer points. Might be a short rack. 6-9 combo.
Well, you got to get to that point first.
Easy, Mike. Easy. Although it is funny. Call a push and shoot the 1. You know, just in case. Wow. You guys are brutal. But I like the honesty.
Reaching like
That was an interesting stop shot.
I mean, the bridge is underneath the table. I could see it from here. Why not use it?
I don't know if he was trying to draw back on that.
Yeah, he had a...
It looked like it, yeah.
I think reaching so far.
How many likes and shares do we have out there?
You know, I don't even know how to see it on this thing.
Hey, he plays the carom on the 8-ball. Nicely done.
Likes.
18 likes out of 92 players.
And you have a customer.
I can't wait for tomorrow's match. That's going to be a lot of fun. Todd, I know Todd Jari for a long time. Plays Thursday League here, and he's quite the comedian. Nice guy.
Yeah,
Super nice guy.
I shoot against him
So-
on Monday Night Leagues for Berlin.
Oh, okay. He's should be a very good match. I think Gretchen is going to have to bring her A game tomorrow, because Todd plays pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true, Mike. Yeah, if he would have shot that right-handed. But he has that affliction.
Oh, Derek is back. He's watching outside. Can't you put it on the forklift as you're driving? Or is that frowned upon? Or is that an OSHA violation? Ooh, he missed it.
Spun that baby right around there.
Spin me right round.
I bet, I might be wrong, but I bet Tim shoots the 2-9 combo.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Because this is a very easy rack to run.
I mean, yeah.
He's lining it up. I'm telling you, there's no way in hell I would take this shot. Mic'd up Dale outside the booth would be good. No, that would not be good. Just as long as it's not on the break. Yeah. Correct. 10 ball has to be the last ball pocket. But yes, 9 ball combinations count.
You know, I'm glad people ask questions, but you do give out the rules like months prior to tournament.
Yeah, and they're in the chat. They're
I
in.
know.
Yeah, they're posted everywhere. I told you go for the 9. Actually, Tim came up to the booth and asked if early 9s count.
As long as you hit it hard enough to make sure.
Say, I would. There's no way I would have shot that.
Well, at least you didn't line up another combo in the process of trying that.
Tyler, hopefully he calls safe before Jesus. You guys are relentless. You just don't give up. I love it. It's funny. Did I say asshole, Mike? I hope so.
I think you did use that term.
Well, if the
but
shoe
I
fits.
don't remember
No.
off the top of my head. It might have slipped out.
Some people are very much in favor of being politically correct and doing the blah, 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 blah. But if you act like an asshole, guess what? You're going to get called an asshole. Hey, if somebody calls me an asshole or you're acting like a freaking idiot, then I'll take it.
Oh, no.
I have no problem owning it.
Did he get away with that? Or no? No, you could see the
No,
two.
you can see it. Here's the challenge, though. So, play the 2-6 combo. That 7 is going to get in the way. If he doesn't plan for this cue ball to go all the way back over, he's going to be hooked behind the 7. Thank you. I agree, Derek. Ooh, jeez.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. Good old Bob Euchre. May he rest in peace. The way this night is going, this is actually ideal for Jason because he can play this 4-6 carom, and he doesn't have to hit it hard at all. He's gonna have a shot on the 4, as long as he doesn't follow it in with the cue ball. He could hit the stick. He could hit it thin. Either way, he's gonna make the 6. Yep, that's ideal. And now he has left himself the perfect angle on the 4 to get almost straight in on the 5 in the side. I think we're going to go hill in 9 ball.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Drifted too far.
A little steep on that one.
So now he's going to have to come around the 7 and between the 7 and the 9 to play the...
Come to rails.
Yeah, in the right-hand corner. He's got to dig into this cue ball a little bit, though, because if he doesn't, he may run into the 9 ball and get in a really bad spot. Uh-oh. This is no good.
Nope.
Oh, boy.
Banking aside or running all the way down. What are you taking on? Banking aside or running it all the way down?
Banking the side with draw. If you run all the way down, it's a sellout shot. You're going to leave this. If you miss it, you're going to leave the 7 in the corner. So... Oh, and he makes the 9. He flukes the 9. Holy Jesus. Holy hell. Man, I wish I would have got that on replay. Hang on a second. I may have. Hold on a second. Oh, yep, there it is. Look at this.
Wow.
Oh, he flukes in the... Oh, man. Let's watch this again. That's fabulous. Whee! Misses it completely.
Well, at least he went.
It rattled.
Sold out.
Wow. Hill, baby. Shoot out. Shoot. Well, actually, we'll have to save that for later. But, yep, the fluke comes around.
It'd be a great time to see that, and especially being the first time in a booth, seeing the shootout. Why not? It's not like I have anywhere to be on a Tuesday morning.
Right. Push 9 carom. Really, Mike? The hell is a push 9 carom?
Sounds like a good shot.
Yeah. Oy, nothing going down on the break. Dry. Who said that the other night? Dry as a popcorn fart, which is very nice image. Thank you very little.
Yeah, not the greatest. Leave for the one though.
Sure, Bill. Yeah, you would have played that shot too, I'm sure. This is not another. If that was,
hit it so hard.
Was that a push safe?
I don't know.
I think that was that a push safe there. I don't know what happened.
I think he just tried to play it safe completely, and he just hit
Okay.
it a little too hard.
That was you, Randy. Dry as a popcorn fart. Oh, that's
Nice
a
shot.
nice shot.
I didn't know.
I didn't know that went past there either.
No,
Holy crap.
that was a tight window.
Mike, you're delusional. Oi, overcuts the 2. Ooh, leaves Tim with very little to shoot at here.
Well, he's just got to hunker down and make it in the corner.
Tyler still. I think it was a push safe, but he didn't wave his hands. So, man, this is something that's never going to end. What a nice cut. Look at this. 2 for 1. Oh, almost.
Well, it dressed up
Wow, what
nicely
a
to get on
shot.
the 6.
That was a nice cut. See if we got that on there.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Shoot it. Hurry. Shoot it. Shoot it. All right, we're going to miss it. Guess what? He made it. Almost scratches in the side. Ends up right between the 6 and the 7. Uh-oh. Here's the key to this rack right now for Tim Sonnenberg is the 7 to the 8 ball.
I would say the 6 to the 7 because you got to get the right angle to get to that 7 to 8.
Oh, this
And-
is perfect. This is perfect. Why is he jacking up on this? Why would you do
Why
that?
would you get to that side?
Oh,
That
my
was risky.
goodness. Why
That
would
was
he do
risky.
that?
I don't know. That was risky.
All you had to do was float forward. This may cost him the match. I mean, like the entire match. Wow.
He got away with that.
Guess what, folks? We're going to play some 10 ball.
They're probably going to end up taking a break, I would assume.
I hope so, because I got to pee.
Yeah, I could use a little stand-up action myself.
It's skidded.
Oh, no. He just sold.
He hit it so bad, it skidded on him. You go back and watch that.
That whole.
He hit it so bad speed. I can't believe that just happened.
Oh, my God.
Holy crap. I don't even know what to say.
I don't either.
That was not hit well.
No.
All right, because we got league play and everything. Normally, I'll turn the lights and everything on, but
Yes.
I'm not going to do that right now because there's league play going on. It gets very bright in
Yeah,
here.
that's
So,
fine.
wow, what a freaking weird ending!
Yeah.
I would have never thought that.
No. The fact that he even came back or close to putting it to 10 ball after shooting, not great.
I mean, really a good out for Tim. Unbelievable. You've seen it all.
Yeah.
Anyway, Justin,
Thanks for bringing me into the booth.
thank you very much for being here tonight.
I hope there's more opportunities in the future.
Oh, for sure. Congratulations to Jason Scofield moving on to the quarterfinals, the final 8. I guarantee Bill Sorensen's very happy about it. We got to thank Tim Sonnenberg for playing in KO 1.4. Made it a long ways, but that is the end of the road. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. As always, much appreciated. All of the sponsors. We're gonna get to more of them tomorrow night. I have to get set up for the Scotch Doubles redraw, so I'm gonna end this very quickly. Thank you everybody for tuning in. As always, so we'll see you tomorrow night
guys.
at 7 o'clock ish.
All right. Have a good night.